So the next couple I want to bring up are a young couple that have established themselves in their first deal and put themselves into a great position to be able to move forward. Please welcome Paul and Shakira. Hi, welcome to the stage.
Thank you.
I need a hug as well, mate.
Yeah, hugs are on.
No tears.
No one saw the bum squeeze, hey? To you, not to you. That would have been wrong. Shakira.
Yeah.
Was it because of Shakira? That's
I
why.
knew you were going to bring this up. I actually said to one of our new friends that we met last night, Blake, it's like, if he mentions my name,
Shakira.
that's who, he's going to get the death stare.
So were you named after the Shakira, the entertainer?
No.
No, okay.
No.
Because
Just to clear
all
that.
my daughters are named after entertainers, and so my oldest daughter, Boy George, is. It's not her name. You joined in 2004. Tell us about when you first saw Dipner.
Yep, 2014, yeah. We went to
14.
Dipner's, that's all right, one-day event, and we were just so inspired by her story. And just the amount of knowledge and education that she instilled in us on that first day, we were just like, no, we're signing up straight away. So
Were you
we
there
did.
too?
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, the same. I guess for me, it was there was that real story, and then there was the likes of Ian gets up on stage because I was very sceptical. You know, I'm thinking, this is a whole sell, and then I saw Ian get up, and I see you break down, mate, and that to me, really touches me as well because it's a true story. We can actually see it coming out of you. So.
Thank you. Appreciate that. So you joined Quantum, you go
Yes.
along the boot camp, and so you did all the Quantum shifts, and you've got all these weekends that you're going to, and
It was
each
a
one of
busy
them builds
year.
you up, and it gets busier, but you get more
Yeah.
enthusiasm, and you go to Real Estate Millionaire, which is a
Yes.
great big weekend for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And then you decide that you are going to be part of Platinum Accelerator.
So that Millionaire Within weekend was our light bulb moment for both Paul and I. We, for basically the entire year, although Dipner was instilling us, fill in that peg in the sand and do that vision board and write your weekly goals. We didn't do any of that. And then we went to this event and we implemented all of that. And yeah, it was just our turning point, really.
How have you found, because you've been an accelerator now for a year, how have you found dealing with Mick? So Mick's your coach.
Yeah, he's a legend.
And so you've got access to Mick, and you're finding him, and so obviously Brad and Tamara are exactly the same for the states that they look after. Can contact them and work with them quite easily.
Absolutely, yeah. He's been the absolute best coach that we could have ever had, and has been part of us evolving over the past 12 months massively. 12 months ago, you wouldn't have seen me up on this stage. I wouldn't have had the confidence to get up here and tell our story, that's for sure. And we were in a completely different position 12 months ago. I remember Ian was presenting and we were just like, yeah, we want to sign up to Ian's course. And we left the room, started filling out the form, and then we looked at our bank balance. We had $200 in our account. So we're like, maybe we can't sign up to that one.
And that's okay. So having worked, and you've also got monthly meetings that are part of Accelerator.
Yes.
And how do you find them?
They're fantastic. It keeps you accountable. It keeps you motivated. And just being with, surrounded by like-minded people is the best feeling ever. And, they understand the conversations that you're having with them, they totally get it, So when you're having these conversations with people that know the property game, it's the best experience.
And then on top of that, you've also got the 3 meetings during the year where all of Australia meets. So the monthly meetings are held in the state, and then you've got the combined meetings where everyone meets in the one place. And I'll say this with all the love that it's worth, because I wasn't at the last one. I'm not involved in Accelerator. I had feedback from a number of people. You've seen Dipner up here impressive. The feedback I got at the last event was she stepped it up to another level, and and there's a few people nodding their head in the crowd, and you saw an elevated of what Dipner is, and what she continues to do with the energy she does is amazing, and I think we should just acknowledge the fact that she's in the room. So here you are, original positions. What mistakes had you made, and tell us about that.
You come on, Paul.
We had bad personal debt, so the classic, the nice car and the credit cards and paying off a HEX as well. And as Shakira touched on before, it was 12 months to this day, which we had $200 in the bank account. And I ducked out. There was this session in Melbourne, actually, and I ducked out and I had bills coming out on the Tuesday, and we were on the Sunday, and I actually had to duck out, and I rang my old man and said, can you lend me a couple grand, I'll pay you back. But I guess that was the position that we're actually generally in.
So you've got debt, you've got the new home that's at 95%. This is what the house looks like when you first got it.
Yeah, as Dipner always explains, pick the ugliest house on that street, and that was it.
Mm-hmm. What's ugly about it? It's got arches on the window. What else do you want? And look at that front door.
Yeah, actually one of those windows was broken. Yeah.
And,
well, I presume it was a break and enter.
Okay, so that's the pre-renovation. So then post-renovation, is this post-renovation? No, this is pre.
This is all pre. So we had a lovely pink bathtub. I was looking forward to
Look at
getting
that bedspread. That's fantastic.
Yeah, so the curtains and the bedspreads all matched each of the rooms. So that was quite a stylish.
So they matched the curtains to the bedspread.
In every single room.
Yeah, less is more. They've got to be told.
Yeah.
And so then you've gone off, and this is pre-renovation as well. So you can see the present. So this is how you bought it, and presentation wasn't great.
No.
So post-renovation. Nice job.
So we're pretty happy about that one. We did all the landscaping ourselves, so definitely hands-on, and eliminated a few of those costs associated as well. So wherever I guess you can try and cut costs at the same time, and obviously not taking too much extra time in that meantime, then we tried to do that ourselves.
So you've done the internals as well?
That was all my lovely staging. I went and did a shop at Kmart. Kmart is the best.
So nice little finishes you can see there. How much do you spend on that?
25 grand.
Yeah, 25.
It's not a bad job for 25 grand, is it? And that's the backyard too. So completely different change. We did talk about screening the hot water heater.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. But that's okay. I'm happy that plumbers get to see their view of the world as well.
We were showcasing their efforts.
Good job. And what you didn't realise, and having joined Platinum Accelerator, you realised that you could do something to your house.
So
we had limited knowledge, so we looked at the place originally, Ian, and we said, it looks like 3 metres from there to there, and then we thought, it's a big block, but we knew nothing about zoning, we knew nothing about overlays, and I'm a believer that you create your own luck, and I guess at that point in time, I remember it took 6 months to get some traction, and I remember sitting on the couch, and we've got this internal thing, as Shakira says to me, when are you actually going to do something about this subdivision? You keep talking about it, but you're doing nothing. And now,
a nice awakening.
Yeah.
And 12 months later, I throw it back on Shakira now, because if she's on her phone or something, I actually say, would Dipner approve of that?
Messing with your brain. And okay, so you could subdivide it. You go in there, and this is what the construction goes in there. So you do the subdivision, and you start building out the back as well. You do an end, nice little, which is ahead of time it's going to be your PPR, and you've built it. Have you built it specifically for you, so that's your dream house, or have you built it so that it sells?
Not the dream house. We did go with certain luxury features, like in the kitchen with a stone bench top, and high ceilings for the bottom story. However, the top story we just went with standard ceiling height and went with, I guess, your cheaper finishes. So for us, it was all about focusing in on those key areas which will maximise our end profit at the end, really. But yeah, this will be probably our 5-year property.
So this thing here, because someone your age would normally go and buy one of these at full hilt, live in it as their dream home and probably can't afford it. But for you, it's a slightly different situation because you're manufactured growth being part of this program,
That's
right.
using the benefits that come from that. So for you, the figures on this, tell us about it.
So 3 years ago, we bought our PPR, which was the ugly house, and that was $448, and then renovated it in that first year, basically. We kind of didn't do anything with the subdivision or the construction side of things. So then all of last year, we got our education, and then finally got our finance approved. So that was the day before Christmas last year. We got it. It was a bit of a challenge, that one, for us, obviously, because our financial situation wasn't the most ideal of situations to be in. So
Sorry, I can't help myself. It was the day before Christmas and all through the house, Paul and Shakira were happy about the amount. Wow. So you go through, so that happens. You
Yes.
build it and then you move into the back house and sell the front house.
yeah, so my thing was obviously we basically were so in alignment with our goal setting and our vision that the week that we ended up getting an agent and putting it up on the market, I said to Paul, I'm writing on my goals that it's going to be on the market for between 10 to 20 days, and I'm going to sell it for $620,000. And on the 13th day, we got presented with umpteen offers and ended up selling it for $621,000. So pretty damn good.
So I haven't asked, but I'm presuming you're both under the age of 30.
No, he's not.
You can pay me later. Yeah. So just over 30 and just under 30, you are living in a house that's effectively cost you $256,000. You actually have a lower cost base on that. To live in your house is $145,000 of your personal debt, considering where the debt used to be. You're now at $145,000 personal debt. You're living in a house worth $680 with $145 debt. Like, you just go, that's for someone of that age, to have that position in Australia right now is very rare. And would you be able to do that without the community?
Hell no.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. We would have made multiple errors, and just knowing what we'd learnt in that process and being mentored by Mick over the past 12 months, and obviously Dimpner's education last year as well, it has assisted us in making better decisions and eliminating all of those bad decisions in terms of overcapitalising on things that actually don't mean anything, and assist in that end result and that end profit. So
now we've got the bank account full of money again, line of credit ready to go. You go off and find another deal and you find this one here.
Yeah, so Paul's made a really good relationship with a certain real estate agent, and he just keeps throwing deals at him. So this property is actually on the exact same street that we live on, which is brilliant.
The other comment I want to make is part of the millionaire within, and I don't want to give it too much away, but Dimna gets you to write a letter to yourself, and ours got delivered I think about a month prior. I was too eager, I opened it up, but the funny thing was that we had already completed, I guess, 3/4 of that letter. One of it was you need to find another deal, and we were at the Platinum event about a month ago, and we actually hadn't secured that yet. And I said, well, actually, we've still got another month to actually get this done. And then, magically, this has come up. We're now having good discussions with Ian around, obviously, a high-res strategy as well. So, and
so I do want to make a note of that. For those of you who've been to Millionaire, Dimpner will actually make you write a letter to yourself and address it to yourself. She holds those letters for about 11 months and then sends them out to you. And we actually got our letter too. And for so many people, they go, yeah, I did that, I did that, I did that, I did that. And it's just a testament to the fact that you're in there.
Yep.
Now, you're looking at, this is a 4 townhouse development site.
Yes.
You're still tossing up on your figures where to do and where you're going to do, how much you're going to keep, how much you're going to sell. But there's some good money in this deal.
Yeah, so we've also got our settlement is not until August of next year, but we've already, we had an arborist there this morning, obviously got our feature survey. So come August next year, we'll have our, obviously, contracts in place for construction to move straight into it. So.
Isn't that amazing? You can buy a property with a delayed settlement, get all the approvals through, probably get all the finance ready, so you probably only have to do one finance application to get straight into construction. The excavator turns up the day after you own it.
Yeah, that's right.
And without this education, we wouldn't have been thinking like that in the first place.
Yeah.
So what have you learned?
No, you go.
Obviously, Brad was, what an effort Brad put in just before, so I want to acknowledge that. The mentors, for us, it was that accountability on a monthly basis, and Mick's really played that role for us, just keeping us accountable to what we obviously need to do to move forward. Obviously, the platinum. Again, that was around that, I guess, using the knowledge. So you get the knowledge, but being around like-minded people and actually taking that step and having people around you that are doing deals as well. So that was important. We're at a stage now where we're sharing, obviously, our knowledge with the community, but also with family and friends. So they're started to show a bit of an active interest in terms of this, and we're also encouraging them to get the education as well, because I guess we want them to understand the way that we're thinking as well.
Yeah. Yeah, basically, it's just been the most craziest of journeys over the past 12 months, and we've evolved completely. 12 months ago, I actually turned around to Paul, and it was at this event last year.
Yep.
And I said to Paul, I'm like, that's it, I'm going to be up on that stage in 12 months' time. And sure enough, I actually was up on stage a month ago at the Platinum event, and up on stage with Dimpner and sharing our story, and it's like bittersweet because now it's twice.
So there's your final results. Obviously, pre-DB, you've got, there's a cream food that, pre-DB. You're in that situation, you've gone through, you've got another project in there. Just give us a snapshot of from where you started to where you are now.
Yeah, so 2 years ago, obviously we made the decision to sign up to Dimpner's course, and best decision we ever made. We had 95% finance on our property, was in our names, made all of the wrong decisions you could possibly ever think of. And yeah, made $424,000 tax-free. And another estimate of $375,000 in the profit for our next development. So we're just super stoked and pinching ourselves with basically the success that we've had thus far and in such a short period of time. And we definitely couldn't have received or gained these results without the education and being a part of the I Love Real Estate community. It's just one of those things that keeps you accountable, keeps you motivated, and it's just such a positive energy to be around, and we're just so thankful to be a part of it.
Paul, what would you say to yourself if you're sitting there watching?
I was there. I was literally there 12 months ago, and I was quite inspired by the stories of last year. And when Shakira said she was going to be up on stage, that to me gave us a focus point. But it's about the mentors, taking you on that journey. We're religious around our weekly goals at 6 p.m. every Sunday night. You just got to do it. Do your vision board. It took us 12 months to do it, but it's amazing actually when you take the time out to do it, what actually happens.
And we wish we had have done it earlier.
Yeah.
Because the amazing thing is that we were so hesitant in putting it up on a board, because at that stage we actually didn't know what we wanted, and now that it's there and it's in our kitchen, It's on our kitchen wall, and so we see it every single morning and every single night. So yeah, it's just a continuous reminder of where we want to grow and where we basically want to see ourselves. So that's our 5-year vision board, and yeah, and we just keep adding things to it now because we keep ticking things off.
So, you know, you're doing Gen Y's proud.
Thanks.
I don't think you're in the mould, but please give a massive big
Thank
round of
you.
applause.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Liam. Thanks, mate. Thank you.